Hello, I'm Rythian, and this is Binding of Isaac, Afterbirth. Yeah, the gruesome title is the newest DLC slash expansion slash whatever you want to call it for Binding of Isaac Rebirth, which is again also a remake of Binding of Isaac, the first one. This is a pretty big expansion with lots of new stuff involving, among other things, the greed mode that I'm doing right now, which is no longer a randomized room layout, but you have always a yellow and a silver treasure room, a shop, a secret curse room, or whatever you want to call it, and then the little button that starts wave of enemies, a countdown that spawns a new wave of enemy if you haven't killed them all in time. It's still pretty fun. It is a little less of an undertaking. Generally have a shorter run, but it could be pretty fun. This is the first run where I get to try the multi-dimensional baby, and, well, you'll get to see me figure out exactly how to do it. I'm doing this with Magdalene because, well, I needed to unlock it, although she's not necessarily my favorite character, so you gotta go and unlock them all, you know? Anyway, that's something I've been playing quite a lot recently, actually. I gotta say, I've put in... Well, it was released on Halloween, the last day of October. It's now the 5th of November. Well, I mean, it will be. I'm recording this after midnight, so technically it's the 4th. But when I wake up, it will still be the 5th. I don't know. I don't know how you decide it. For me, it's basically until I go to bed, it's still technically the same day. So, yeah, never mind. I bet it anyway. I put in lots of hours in this because it's very quite fun. Like I always played a lot. Well, not always, but ever since I did play it for the first time, I put in a lot of hours into Binding of Isaac, and pretty much unlocked it all except for the Lost, because only crazy people go for the Lost. Looking at you, Nazi. And then this new little expansion put in a whole bunch of new stuff to do, so it's picking up a lot of my time. Other than that, since this last video, I have been playing a couple of old games. Doing the video on Deus Ex Revision made me really want to replay Deus Ex again. However, I kind of skipped the revision mod and just went straight for the original version with an updated video driver and the biomod mod, or I guess add-on mod. We'll call it a mod. The biomod mod. For a bunch of new cool stuff, and it's been an absolute blast. Suddenly then in the middle of that, like I reached Paris, I decided that this is now the perfect time to replay Legacy of Kain Defiance. I was reading up about it and checking through the story and stuff, and then I realized, you know what, I really want to play the last game in the series. So I did, and that was very, very fun. I love the series. It's really old by now. I think even the last game in the series came out in 2003. So it's a 12-year-old series. It seems to be what I do these days. I play old games, but they're just so damn good, you know. Well, I say good. Legacy Defiance gameplay is not really up to scratch, but as a finishing story, after like a series of games as long as it is, starting with Blood Omen way back when, I want to say like 97 something, then the Soul River for PlayStation, Soul River 2 and Defiance for PlayStation 2, as well as Blood Omen. Man, it's a great series, and like great for the story and the majestic voice acting and the writing. It's fantastic. So, you know, recommending that with all the caveats of saying I'm recommending an old game here, so be ready what you're getting in for. Other than that, Overwatch came out. I made a video on that. You might have seen it. It was basically my first match and my first impression, so not going to talk too much about it, because if you want to know more details, check it there. Suffice it to say, it's a very good game, but I haven't quite played it as much because I'm not quite as obsessed and addicted to it as Zoe and Silas are. It's good, though. It's good. And Shin, for that matter. He plays a lot as well. But it's definitely good, and I think it'll be pretty damn big once it's out to more people. And I assume / hope they will start opening up the beta to way more people soon enough. It's pretty damn polished, honestly. Like, at this point on, I think they should just start inviting people while they figure out what the hell they should actually do for a payment model. So long as they don't do the League of Legends style of you have to pay for heroes, then I think it's a hit. But if they do that, I think they really do shoot themselves in the foot. I just don't want something like Heroes of the Storm. You have to pay for all the heroes. That's not great. Among all that, I also did sneak in a WoW raid or two. I managed to go ahead and get a kill on Heroic Archimond, which was a nice feeling. The guy's been the very last thing I wanted to do before I was basically done with WoW for this expansion. So it was cool to get that done, really. My raid team's been through a lot and it's seen some changes, but it was great to finish it on a high note like that. We don't really have the people or the desire to do Mythic, so for us, Heroic Archimond is the toughest challenge you can do, and we did that one, so that was fun. Of course, I can't forget Undertale. It's a game that I played for, I would say, about 8 hours, which doesn't seem that long, which is correct, because the game isn't that long. But I've been thinking about it and listening to the music and talking about it for so much longer. It's an extraordinary game. It's definitely like one of the best this year. I'd put it like top 5 easily, not even, you know, not even a question. It's an old school, quirky, unique kind of JRPG style with turn-based combat, so on. A very Earthbound type thing going on. Pretty much all the internet is talking about it, and I'm sure you're sick to death. If you haven't already played it, you're probably sick to death about hearing about it. But it honestly is really, really, really good. I didn't want to like it. I thought it seemed not my thing. I thought it was just, I don't know, it didn't seem like the type of thing I would really enjoy, but I really, really did. It's one of the best games I've played in recent memory. The soundtrack is beyond fantastic. The story and writing is surprisingly clever. And it kind of, I want to say heartfelt, I suppose. I don't know. It's hard to find words to describe it, because it's a hard game to describe, and you don't want to spoil it, because it's a type of game that can very easily get spoiled, and you should try to avoid getting spoiled if you ever plan on playing it, and you should play it, because it's a very good game, and I do think most everyone would enjoy it. Even if you think you wouldn't, I think you probably would. I did, and I didn't expect to. But yeah, Undertale, great game. You should play it. That's pretty much what I've been playing, I think. Some of the things you might have already seen on my channel. Other than that, there's been Trine going on my channel, which was a very fun series. I did it with Zoe and Kim. This was the third after doing, in order, Trine 2 with Shin and Zoe, and then later on Trine 1 Enchanted Edition with Hannah and Zoe. I thought the series was really fun to do. The game itself had flaws, quite a lot of them. The biggest one was the lack of stuff. It was really short, and even from the stuff in there, it's like they took away a lot of the stuff from the first two. I feel like they really, really sacrificed a lot by making it 3D, and the statements they released later on saying that was the case. They just flat out ran out of money. I mean, just kind of suck. But that's on them, not on us, you know. Other than that, there's been a bunch of one-shot videos, as you've seen. Not as many as I planned. I ended up being busy in real life and stuff, so didn't quite get out just as many videos as I wanted to. But it sort of set the pace anyway, because in the future it will be, well, for a while actually, there will be a fair bit of videos, because the day after tomorrow, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is coming out, and just after BlizzCon, on November 10th, we get StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Those two games I'm looking forward to quite a lot, and I'm also looking forward to doing videos on them quite a lot. So that should be definitely fun, and that should keep the channel pretty busy for a while, which I hope everyone likes. A lot of people have asked me what it is I like about Call of Duty games, and I wouldn't really call myself the biggest fan or whatever, but I've always sort of had a certain degree of enjoyment in the single-player campaigns, even though they inevitably seem to fuck it up towards the end with some really stupid stuff and really pointless gameplay sequences that could have been so much more fun. But I generally do enjoy the multiplayer quite a bit, actually. I suspect I won't play quite as much of this one as I did on it before because of Overwatch being released at the same time. So if I really do feel like getting a shooter itch, I might do Overwatch. But generally, Call of Duty is the type of game I play more solo. I play with just random people online in a random lobby, which I generally don't do in Overwatch. I prefer to play that with my friends in of a bigger group and so on going on. So there's a little bit of difference there. But that's the main future for the channel right now. However, I have finally gotten off my ass and started streaming. I know I've been talking about this for months in these videos, but I have actually started now, and it's gone fairly regularly so far. I started, I want to say, the night Binding of Isaac Afterbirth released, and I've done 3-4 streams since then. So it's going well so far. Pretty much ended up only streaming Isaac, which was never the original plan, but it was really fun and people seemed to like it, and I even made a poll at one point asking to switch, and most people wanted to play me to play Isaac, so far that's what I've been doing. I do, however, have lots of other plans, lots of other games lined up to do. The beauty of something like Twitch is that I can easily ask at the time and see what my current audience wants. There's also the fact that because it's live and because it's more of a freeform, I guess is a decent word for it, I don't necessarily have to sit down and prepare an entire series from start to finish and go. I can just sort of load up something that seems fun and play it as long as people enjoy it, and then sort of quit and move on to something else. And that sort of freedom I like. I enjoy that a lot. I have a couple of really old school games I want to get into and play. This type of things I've kind of wanted to play on my own for a while, and I figured like would be cool to play with an audience, but I feel like it wouldn't really work as a video. But we'll see how that goes. I was thinking Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I was thinking Chrono Trigger. I was thinking Terranigma, and that one I'm really looking forward to, actually. Super Nintendo RPG that was only released in Europe back in the day, so that might be fun for people to watch. It's very good. And also probably Final Fantasy VI Advance on the Game Boy Advance. I think this could be really fun, and I have a lot of cool ideas of how to do it, and hopefully have people entertained. There's a lot of commentary to talk about, and could definitely have some audience interaction and stuff. People can join in on decisions, and yeah, I don't know. I think it could be fun. But even if that's not necessarily the case immediately, there'll always be plenty of Isaac, or Crypt of the Necrodancer, or Overwatch, or tons of stuff. I mean, I can do pretty much everything. That's sort of the freedom you have with streaming. And that is also sort of the pros it has versus YouTube, where you sort of need to be prepared more. Like, even just like doing the one-shot videos end up taking up a lot more time than just like throwing up a game randomly on stream. There's obviously pros and cons to both YouTube and Twitch, and like I'm not like a lot of people have sort of abandoned YouTube entirely. I don't really want to, because I do still think that there is room for a full, proper commentated Let's Play series, the type I do want to make, and the type that I do plan on making still with, well, like I mentioned, Call of Duty and StarCraft and so on. So that's not going anywhere, but obviously I need to split my time in a logical way as well. So there might not be videos every day on the channel anymore, but I'll try to keep it at least every other day. We'll see how it goes exactly, but just if you notice somehow like there's not a video every day anymore, it's because I'm doing that, and I'm doing other stuff, and I'm also doing Twitch at the same time. Keeping all of Twitch and all of YouTube going while doing everything in my own personal life, and, you know, live streams that are coming up in December. Oh god, live streams coming up in December. God damn. That's going to be intense, but super fun. So, obviously, December's coming up next month, and it's time for the Christmas live streams with the Yogscast. It's going to be brilliant. I'm looking forward to all the crazy stuff we're doing and all the money we're going to raise for some awesome charities. We are still in the process of narrowing down exactly which ones, but I think you'll be happy once you see the actual ones we've chosen. And beyond that, like, it's just going to be great, I think. The structure is a little bit changed this year than others, but that's all the information I'm giving you for now, because I don't want to leak anything that hasn't been fully decided yet. But you'll see, and I think you'll like it. But that's going to be crazy. Additional craziness, actually, is that 1 week in December, where a bunch of us is actually coming down to Bristol to visit. And it could end up being that we end up being in the office for a live stream right there. That's not a guarantee. I'm not going to say that's definitely going to happen, but it is a possibility, and I think that could be pretty fun. Obviously, some people might want to be there, some people might not want to be there. Well, everyone wants to be there, but maybe not everyone wants to be part of the show and be on camera and so on. But I think it could be fun if we get something going, but we'll see how that ends up happening. More notes on what's going on. Well, that is mostly what's going on. I mean, I guess you've already heard everything involving YouTube Red and so on. We are currently in the month of November, so you as viewers, you as fans, whatever you guys want to call yourself, at this point probably have the YouTube Red trial as an option. And I mean, I say go for it. Like, getting rid of ads for free, that's fair enough. I mean, it's up to, like, I've never told anyone how to do things or how to not do things, because I know that, like, trying to guilt people into anything's never gonna work ever. All I can try to do is offer something as well as I can, and then hope that people, respect that and support it the way they want. Some people, want to watch a lot of ads. I can't understand why, because ads suck usually. Although honestly, not all of them. There's a lot of kind of funny ads. And a lot of them try to, like, incorporate the whole skip ad thing now. They, like, point to the side of the window and say, you can skip us by clicking. It's weird. It's this like new world of ads. It's crazy. But anyway, point being, don't feel guilty about using the YouTube Red thing, whatever. But if you do want to support me while doing this, then you have plenty of options to support me in whatever way you want. You can subscribe on Twitch, you can donate if you feel like that, or you can, even better, like, buy some cool shirts or merchandise or whatever. You basically know where to do all this, so I don't really need to go over this again. Fun fact is, actually, the shirts seem to have sold fairly okay, because they are out of stock in a couple of the sizes now, but that should be restocked soon, so don't worry about that. I'll let the merchandising guy at Yogscast handle that. You just buy whatever you want to buy, and everyone is happy. So that's it for this month. All the news that's fit to print, or voice in this case. TLDR, stuff upcoming, should be good. COD Blops, SC2 Lotv. I've started streaming. Go to twitch.tv/Rythian for that awesome stuff. Come check me out there, or you can just stick around on YouTube. I am not abandoning YouTube. Plenty of stuff still coming, don't you worry. Have a great month, and I'll see you in December, when the craziness of the Christmas livestream starts. So until then, goodbye.